My recap and review of Saturday's PLE's AAA Worlds Collide and Money in the Bank. Starting off with AAA Worlds Collide, back around like WrestleMania time, a WrestleMania season, WWE announced that they acquired AAA, which is kind of like a luchador promotion in Mexico. And we had our first collaboration PLE on Saturday. And just like the style of luchadors, it was very exciting, very fun, very energetic, high flying, entertaining, energetic, exciting. Just overall a fun PLE. It was streaming on YouTube. I think it's still on there. So if you guys want to check it out, then most definitely do, because I definitely recommend it. It was very, very different and very exciting. Very, very awesome. I hope they do it again. But some things that happened on the match card were that LWO, Joaquin Wild, and or Dragon Lee, and also who's the other guy from LWO? Because Santos Escobar is no longer there. He's with Legado del Fantasma right now. Zelina's kind of gotten her own. Rey Mysterio's nearing retirement. Or nearing retirement. So it's not the same group it was like a few years ago, back in 2023 when they made, or 2022, 2023 when they made their return after like 20 years. Much different team for the most part. I think Rey Mysterio was also part of that. Actually, no, he wasn't. Eddie Guerrero was, though. But yeah, they kind of reincarnated a few years ago. But my point is, oh yeah, Cruz del Toro, Mystery Iguana, who's a character. He's like a lizard man. Carries around like a stuffed lizard. Very interesting, very unorthodox, but it was very entertaining. But he teamed up with Octagon Jr. and Aerostar to take down LWO. And as, of course, they picked up the win. Then for the second match, we had Stephanie Vaquer and Lola Vice teaming up against Dalise and Chick Tormenta, who are two of the women on the AAA roster. It was a very good matchup. Overall, Stephanie Vaquer and Lola Vice were able to pick up the win. And overall, it was a very good matchup. Then we had Legado del Fantasma, Angel Berto, and Santos Escobar, their mentor, taking on El Hijo de Wagner Jr., Pagano, and Psycho Clown. And they were able to pick up the win. Legado del Fantasma was. It was a very good matchup. Overall, most of the pretty much every one of these matchups was a very good match. But the fourth match was a fatal four-way between the NXT North American champion Ethan Page, who went up against Javon Evans, Ray Phoenix, and Loretto Kid. And ultimately, Ethan Page was able to retain retain the championship, and we'll see what happens next for Ethan Page. It's only a matter of time before he joins the main roster, though. So I feel like it's also it's also only a matter of time before he loses the championship because of that. I don't know who to, though. Then we had the AAA champion Vikingo taking down Chad Gable. Chad Gable put up a hell of a fight. He dang near won the match, but Vikingo was able to overall do more to inevitably win the match. But overall, it was an excellent match, and overall, this PLE was definitely entertaining as hell. I'd give it a I definitely give it a 5 out of 5. Honestly, like it was entertaining as hell. I definitely recommend watching it. And you can definitely watch it for free on YouTube. Oh, one match that was confirmed for Money in the Bank, which carried from AAA Worlds Collide to Money in the Bank, was Dominic Mysterio challenged Octagon Jr., or was it the other way around? But that was one of the matches that happened on the Money in the Bank match card. Speaking of the Money in the Bank match card, we had the women's Money in the Bank ladder match between Naomi, Alexa Bliss, Julia, Rhea Ripley, Roxanne Perez, and Stephanie Vaquer. Ultimately, Naomi was able to pick up the win, which I kind of expected to happen. But great for her, I think this is the first time she's won the Money in the Bank ladder match. And she deserves it, honestly, even though she's a bad guy right now, technically, in wrestling terms. But still, congratulations to her. She deserves it. She's put in the work, and yeah, she definitely earned it, Then for the second match, we had pretty much a squash match. We had Dominic Mysterio versus Octagon Jr. One of the matches, one match that, like I said, was carried over from AAA Worlds Collide until the Money in the Bank match card. And Dominic Mysterio pretty much destroyed Octagon Jr., was able to pick up the win with the help of Liv Morgan. And yeah, it was pretty fast, pretty quick match, which Dominic Mysterio definitely dominated, as he retains the Intercontinental Championship. Speaking of the Intercontinental Championship, we had the Women's Intercontinental Champion, Laura Valkyria, taking on Becky Lynch in a rematch. If Becky Lynch were to have won, Laura Valkyria would have to hold or raise her hand high, like they usually do after matches. And she was doing too much, honestly. Becky Lynch was after the match, but if Laura Valkyria won, Becky Lynch could not challenge Laura Valkyria anymore, so long as she's the Women's Intercontinental Champion. So we had a title change. Becky Lynch won the match, and she won it by pretty much a fast pin, which, in all fairness, Laura Valkyria has won the matches between the two of them in a pretty quick fashion. But yeah, Becky Lynch now is probably going to face Bayley. We'll see. But like I said, she was doing too much after the match. She made her raise her hand. Then she made her raise her hand across the ring. And overall, all in all, Laura Valkyria just had enough of it, and she attacked her. And rightfully so, Like I said, Becky Lynch was definitely doing too much. Then we had, for the fourth match, we had the men's Money in the Bank ladder match between LA Knight, the LA native, because the Money in the Bank ladder, or Money in the Bank PLE, took place in Los Angeles. Seth Rollins was also in the match. Solo Sikoa, who said all the shit he said about Jacob Fatu on Friday, came back to haunt him because Jacob Fatu tricked him by making it seem like he was going to help him up the ladder, but he held onto his leg and he turned on him, basically. He turned good guy, basically, and yeah, he said, "I hate you solo," which were words that we've been waiting to hear for quite some time from Jacob Fatu. But who else was in the match? Penta, El Grande Americano, that fake ass luchador, that mockery of a luchador, aka Chad Gable. Who else? Andrade was also in the matchup. But overall, it was a pretty good matchup. I didn't really like the result. Seth Rollins won, but here are my predictions for what's going to happen with the Money in the Bank ladder match, or not the ladder match, but the Money in the Bank contract. Now that Seth Rollins has it, I believe he's going to try and cash it in at like SummerSlam, and Roman Reigns is going to return and cost him the cash in, and he's going to fail. And it's going to be a nice little callback to 10 years ago when Seth Rollins cashed in on Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar back at WrestleMania 31. But finally, for the final matchup, we had Logan Paul and John Cena going up against Jey Uso and Cody Rhodes. Logan Paul and John Cena definitely had their troubles. They could not seem to get on the same page for the most part. Two big egos like that can definitely clash, and they did. But it looked like John Cena was going to pick up the win all by himself, basically. But then the shocking return. Honestly, thought that if any return was going to happen at Money in the Bank, it was going to be either Bayley or Roman Reigns. Turns out it was R-Truth. After a couple days of us chanting, "We want truth, we want truth," back, WWE finally caved after seeing the backlash, and yeah, they gave us R-Truth back, and I'm just glad he's back. I don't know if this was if this was all part of the storyline, or all part of a storyline, or if if the release actually happened and then they brought him back. I think it's the second option, but I don't really care that much, honestly. I'm just glad he's back, honestly. But we'll see what happens next. I think he's going to be a little more of a serious character, and I think he's going to go by the name of Ron Killings now, which is his actual name. So we'll see how this goes, But I hope he's here to stay for however long until he plans to retire, basically. But we'll see, But it was definitely amazing to see R-Truth back, and as fans, we did it, And I just feel like, honestly, as fans, we just need to continue to let our voices be heard, Because sometimes they don't know what we want, and so we need to let them know what we want, By chanting whatever it is. We want truth, we want carrying cross, whatever, Because at the end of the day, I feel like we hold the power, Like it's their job to please us, basically. Because without us, they'd go bankrupt, basically. But yeah, overall, it was a very good PLE. I'd give the PLE a 7 out of 10, so a 3 out of 5. It was very good, though. Definitely the highlight of the night was R-Truth returning. So amazing.